Good looking, isn't it? And here's the best part. It's electrically powered. Chances are, if you're a resident of any one of our major cities, your quality of life has been affected negatively by the increase in conventionally powered vehicles. Fortunately, researchers in companies and agencies nationwide have been actively exploring the development of environmentally friendly vehicles.
For instance, since 1986, the Environment Agency and the Pollution-Related Health Damage Compensation and Prevention Association have presented an annual low-emission vehicle fair. Not surprisingly, the event, held in a popular area of Tokyo, has showcased a broader range of vehicles with each passing year. Ultimately, its sponsors hope the use of so-called clean vehicles will become so widespread there won't be a need for an annual fair. Prompting the development of alternative vehicles are the increases in traffic congestion, noise, and air pollution caused by the growing numbers of conventionally powered vehicles in our major cities. Obviously, manufacturing contributes a good deal to air pollution, but so do the convenience-oriented lifestyles we lead. As our society and economy have developed, greater numbers of us have chosen to purchase automobiles. In fact, there are more than 627 million vehicles in Japan in 1991, 3 times as many as in 1971. More important, not only do we have more vehicles, we are driving them greater distances than ever before. The truth is, the affluence of recent years has made us increasingly dependent on vehicles to transport people and goods.
Conventionally powered vehicles emit numerous substances, including nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and carbon monoxide, with nitrogen dioxide considered the biggest pollutant of all. This graphic depicts nitrogen dioxide pollution, with the levels of contamination indicated by red, yellow, and blue. Red indicates the areas where the pollution is the worst and is typically found near the centers of major cities, such as Tokyo, Kanagawa, Osaka, and Hyogo.
Worse yet, the levels have increased over the years, as indicated by the measurements taken at air pollution and vehicle emission monitoring stations. In fact, the concentrations are the highest they have ever been since researchers began taking measurements in 1970. In 1985, nitrogen dioxide levels in the Tokyo Bay Area looked like this. Six years later, they looked like this. By then, several areas around this and other major cities were failing to meet standards for vehicle emissions. With more automobiles and trucks moving more people and goods, it is little wonder pollution levels have grown. What's more, there is no sign the trend is changing. Even the number of direct injection diesels, the dirtiest of all engines, is increasing steadily.
Nitrogen dioxides are produced, for the most part, by manufacturing plants and home heating equipment, though automobiles are a major contributor. As a result, the use of low-emission vehicles has attracted a good deal of interest. Many of you may not be aware that these vehicles are available in several configurations.
As their name implies, low-emission vehicles emit significantly reduced amounts of nitrogen dioxides, hydrocarbons, carbon monoxide, and other substances. So far, a variety of vehicles has been developed and is being tested. Among them, electrically powered vehicles. These use the electricity in a storage battery to drive the vehicle's motor. Not only are they quieter than conventionally powered vehicles, they are pollution-free and also offer these benefits. Many people are not aware that electrical vehicle research was conducted once before and that the vehicles were used as taxis after the war. Today, there are about 1,300 electrically powered vehicles on the road, some with a range of more than 100 kilometers. By the start of the next century, the goal is to have about 200,000 on the road and produce 100,000 annually.
It's as fast as a conventionally powered car.
You can keep up with traffic on an expressway, and it is comfortable too.
The first thing you notice is how quiet it is.
Well, there's an electric motor instead of an engine, so it operates and accelerates smoothly and quietly. All in all, it's really quite comfortable. Osaka has become one of the first cities with rapid charging stations and electrically powered rental vehicles.
This rapid charging station stores electricity at night when it's available at a lower rate. What is the procedure?
Watch me, it's simple.
A card?
Yes, just insert the card, wait for the sound, and you're ready. Normally you would use this charging socket. But for high-speed charging, you take this off and use this instead. The development and use of electrically powered vehicles is supported by local governments, electric utilities, and automobile and battery manufacturers.
The lamp shows it's charging?
The procedure takes only about 20 minutes, not much longer than a stop at a conventional gas station, which typically requires between 5 and 10 minutes.
So the availability of charging facilities has an impact on driving range.
Yes, which is why, at this point, their availability will determine the acceptance of electrically powered vehicles.
So the development of charging stations is the next step. The system even indicates when the charging process has been completed, making it easy enough for anyone to use.
Yes, even people who aren't mechanically inclined. Methanol-powered cars are another form of low-emission vehicle. In most cases, they produce just half the nitrogen dioxides of diesel engines. And because they are similar to conventionally powered vehicles, only minor modifications are necessary to manufacture them.
Chances are you are already familiar with methanol. It's a popular fuel, a type of alcohol, used in everything from chemistry experiments to preparing coffee. Just how clean is it? Well, this car runs on diesel fuel, while this one runs on methanol. These pieces of gauze were placed in the exhaust pipes of each of the vehicles. As you can see, one is black, while the other isn't as dirty. The black gauze came from the diesel-powered vehicle engine, the other from the methanol-powered vehicle. Given a choice, which exhaust would you rather breathe?
One methanol vehicle maker in Japan, the largest provider of these vehicles, currently leases about 200 methanol-powered vehicles. These days, development work is also proceeding on natural gas vehicles. Which offer these advantages. Natural gas vehicles fall into several categories, depending on the manner in which their fuel is stored. By far, the largest category consists of CNG vehicles.
I'm at a gas company-operated CNG station in Minami Senju, Tokyo. And over there we have a CNG vehicle. What a cute car! Hello? Do you mind if I ask a question? Where is the fuel tank on this CNG vehicle?
Well, there is a high-pressure tank located under the bed. The gas is identical to that used in homes, though it is compressed to a pressure of about 200 atmospheres. The pressure is reduced by a regulator, then mixed with air before entering the engine. A full charge is good for about 200 kilometers.
That's quite a distance. What else does it have going for it?
Natural gas is clean, free of impurities such as sulfur.
How do CNG cars differ from ordinary vehicles?
Unlike diesel vehicles, no black smoke is emitted, and nitrogen dioxides and other emissions are dramatically reduced, which of course means that they are much cleaner and thus friendlier to the environment. Gas companies in Japan are spearheading the use of CNG vehicles. Since both gasoline and diesel vehicles can be easily converted to CNG, wider spread use is expected, particularly as refueling facilities become established. Many organizations in Japan have started introducing them on an experimental basis. The hybrid vehicle is another type of low-emission vehicle, one that utilizes several sources of power. Typically, an electric motor provides supplementary power, reducing the amounts of nitrogen dioxide and black smoke emitted. Under normal conditions, the motor provides about 15% of the power required. Then during deceleration, the motor's battery is recharged. This hybrid bus couples an ordinary diesel engine with an electric motor, reducing nitrogen dioxide emissions 50% under slow-speed conditions and 20 to 30% overall, and reducing black smoke emissions by 70%. Public transportation services and similar agencies are the primary users of hybrid vehicles, and the goal is to achieve even wider spread use.
Notice any differences?
Well, it's quieter than usual. It's comfortable, and it accelerates more smoothly.
Does it shake much?
Not at all.
What about the exhaust?
Well, as far as I can tell, and according to what I have heard from other drivers following behind, it is surprisingly clean. All in all, I hope environmentally friendly vehicles like this one will become more common. Thanks to the success of hybrid power technology, delivery vehicles and even sanitation trucks are now being converted. Various financial incentive programs have been developed to promote the use of low-emission vehicles in general. One program, offered by the national government, applies to public agencies purchasing electrically powered vehicles for air pollution monitoring and similar uses. The Pollution-Related Health Damage Compensation and Prevention Association offers assistance to a total of 47 agencies, including the 23 wards in Tokyo, toward the purchase of low-emission vehicles. In addition, other organizations offer similar assistance to private companies.
This is a methanol refueling station in Tokyo's Itabashi ward. The ward established it with the assistance of the Pollution-Related Health Damage Compensation and Prevention Association. What other things does Itabashi ward have in the works?
In order to achieve wider spread use of methanol-powered vehicles, we will need to make methanol refueling stations as common as gasoline stations. This is a very important point. We recently opened a methanol refueling station in Itabashi ward, and we hope to build many more as soon as possible. At the same time, we would like to establish rapid charging stations for electrically powered vehicles. In short, our goal is to get people into low-emission vehicles quickly and easily. As its name indicates, the Electric Vehicle Osaka Community Systems Promotion Committee has a similar goal.
Hello? How do you feel about driving an electrically powered car?
Well, I was a bit uneasy at first, but now, well, I guess I like it quite well.
What is it like to drive?
It has no engine, so it is very quiet. much quieter than I had expected. Also, recently, more rapid charging stations have been set up. Of course, with more stations available, I can travel more, and for greater distances, making the car more and more convenient to use. With the assistance of the Ministry of International Trade and Industry, the Japan Electric Vehicle Association has begun leasing its vehicles at prices similar to those for gasoline and diesel engine vehicles.
Pardon me, is this a solar-powered car?
Yes, it is. Want to try driving it?
Me? Is it easy to drive?
It's just like driving an ordinary car. What do you think of it?
It's quiet and smooth and has good acceleration. It was really quite impressive. Solar-powered cars convert solar energy to electricity, then store it in batteries that power the motor. Although not as common as other alternative vehicles, their zero-emission status makes them desirable for the future.
Similarly, hydrogen-powered vehicles do not emit harmful substances. At this point, though, the technologies required to make them practical are still being developed. Both universities and automobile manufacturers are at the forefront of alternative vehicle research and development, and the advances are coming quicker than ever. By way of example, with its high-tech motor, this vehicle requires only half the batteries previously needed. Another area of interest, motor and wheel systems, in which each of the car's wheels is equipped with a separate motor.
Well, that's the story. Before long, the technologies and support systems needed to make these vehicles practical will become available, prompting their use not just by agencies and organizations, but by ordinary citizens like you and me. And at that point, let's hope that clean air and clear skies will be ours once again. And the first step is the practical realization of cleaner cars.